हर मंत्रियों ने मेरे ऊपर आरोप लगाया है, हाउस में आरोप लगाया है, तो मेरा हक है कि मुझे पार्लियामेंट हाउस में अपनी बात रखनी देनी चाहिए।
After Liquorgate, trouble for Sisodia in Snoopgate, CBI files a FIR against former Delhi Deputy CM Kejriwal, lashes out at the BJP.
Oh, sir, two questions. CBI has registered another case against.
Let's talk about the कूड़ा यार. ये तो रोज ही तुमसे बात होती है. वो भी कूड़ा ही है.
Kavita skips ED summon in liquor scam probe. BRS MLC says she can't visit ED office as a woman, asks officials to question her at her residence. But the Enforcement Directorate ignores request and issues next summon for 20th March. Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister's wife Amrita Fadnavis alleges bid to bribe her, accuses Bookie and his daughter of attempting to offer her 1 crore rupees seeking intervention in a criminal case. 2 pilots killed in Arunachal chopper crash. Cheetah helicopter had lost contact during operational sortie. First image of Russia's drone kill. US releases moment the Russian jet struck. The jet dumps fuel on the drone as caught on camera. So OpenAI has released GPT-4, the latest version of its hugely popular artificial intelligence chatbot ChatGPT. The new model can respond to images and process up to 25,000 words. That's about 8 times as many as ChatGPT. Here's a complete lowdown on what this new chatbot is like and how exactly is it different from its predecessor.
ChatGPT, OpenAI, AI chatbot. These are a few words that have been buzzing constantly over the past 3 months after Elon Musk founded AI research body OpenAI, launched ChatGPT and took the world by a storm. And while we are still understanding ChatGPT, the internet is once again in awe of OpenAI with the launch of GPT-4. For the uninitiated, GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, a language model that uses deep learning to produce human-like texts. Now, ChatGPT was initially described as GPT 3.5 model, and we all saw what it could do. But now with GPT-4, it only gets better. ChatGPT was restricted to text, but now one can even use images to ask chatbot. It also comes with a sharper memory. A trait that made ChatGPT stand out against other AI assistants like Alexa or Siri was its ability to retain the context of the conversation. And with GPT-4, this memory gets better. GPT-4 is also multilingual and is hard to trick when it comes to AI bots. Many users trick bots into questions and hypothetical situations, but OpenAI has claimed that GPT-4 has the ability to maintain rationale and not get tricked easily. What makes it even more interesting is that GPT-4 can assume personalities and talk to you in a way you want it to. So if you want the bot to talk to you like your American friend who is an army officer, it will assume that character and talk in that lingo. Unlike ChatGPT, GPT-4 is behind a paywall. In order to use it, a user has to simply log into the OpenAI website and upgrade to the Plus model. It currently costs about $20 a month. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman took to Twitter to explain that the model is still flawed and limited, but will certainly grow on you. Bureau Report, India Today.
So why is everyone talking about GPT-4? Let's break down for you what's the difference between GPT-4 and its predecessor ChatGPT. Now, reportedly, it has better memory, can process way more words, up to 25,000 words, is also multilingual. But the most important that OpenAI is talking about is that it's very difficult to actually trick GPT-4. So what are the features that ChatGPT 4 actually offers for you? What can it do? Now, this list is exhaustive. It can write code, it can write poems, can write books, can even write entire film scripts, can write your research papers, articles, and also process images. I know what you're thinking. That's a huge long list, and that means cutting down on so much of time for humans as well on any of these tasks. Let me take this across to our technology editor, Ayush Elavadi. Ayush, ChatGPT is one of the biggest technology revelations of recent times. But what's really got you excited about GPT-4?
Well, GPT-4 is different in a number of ways, but largely when we talk about it, it is much faster. In simple words, it can deal with many more nuanced instructions than the previous generations. And more importantly, it can now also, eventually at least, keep images as input. So that's going to be a game changer, but that's not gone live yet. For ChatGPT Plus users, we already have GPT-4. But just to give you a little bit of insight, a few weeks ago on Tech Today, we had access to Bing, which was powered by GPT-4, a previous generation, an early version of it. But we got quite an interesting, hypothesis with ChatGPT and Bing powered ChatGPT, because the potential is endless when you're talking about what this can actually do, right? It largely relies on a multimodal model. Now, what does that mean? It can take text inputs of more than 25,000 words. You could earlier just do 3,000 words. It'll also have an updated data set, because earlier on, ChatGPT, I think, had a data set till September 21. So a lot of the responses you're getting were dated. Now, the good thing is, like the previous package was saying, that even Sam Altman of OpenAI has largely accepted that this is a model which is going to get better with time. The entire team at OpenAI and AI experts do largely agree that AI will get better with more of us using it as well. And I expect GPT-4 to be much smarter. I'm very excited about the image search input feature as well, because they've already had some experiences over the past couple of months with influencers and journalists using Bing, the new Bing, which would take on Google. I think this is fascinating. Just to give you a little bit of quick perspective, if you think of the hype around it, right? There's this crazy stat going around where the number of days it takes to get to 1 million users. Spotify, which is a really popular service, took 150 days. Instagram took half that amount, 75 days. And it's taking ChatGPT, a much lesser time to get to that. In nearly a week, they have gotten to that figure. So you can just think about how exponentially it's growing in the world of AI. And I think GPT-4 is going to be no stranger to that phenomenon.
You know, there's a lot of excitement, obviously, over ChatGPT-4. Its generative AI is great fun. But it's also got, Ayush, some people worried about their jobs. Can this actually potentially take away jobs from people?
Absolutely. That's a huge concern when you're talking about the data sets that it is using. But obviously, this is all yet in initial days. These are teething issues. Sure. Things will get better. Just to give you some perspective on the jobs debate that you guys were talking about earlier. Overall, the impact of AI on jobs will depend on many factors, including the type of the job, the level of automation that's possible, and the rate of adoption of AI technologies by different industries. But it's also likely that new job opportunities will arise as a result of the increased use of AI. Now, that was not me saying that. That was actually me asking ChatGPT-4 exactly what will AI do? Will AI take away jobs? I'm just giving you an example of how even AI, ChatGPT has its own view on it. But largely to answer that debate, look, will it take away jobs? I really think genuinely it will augment a lot of existing jobs, ones that are repetitive and redundant, yes. But largely we're talking about schools, we're talking about large organizations, we're talking about coders, because this GPT-4 version is already being used by coders and top companies to integrate into their existing workflows. Yeah, I was with a leading cloud service provider as well. Even they are already talking about how you can use GPT-4 with AI and ML models. If you don't pick it up early on, it might be something that could essentially hamper your growth. So all of us should get onto it and try figuring out what it's going to be like, because honestly, it's going to change the user experience with search as well. In terms of some of the concerns, look, GPT-4 does use the internet and trolls through all these data sets and gives you these answers. You're relying on a more accurate model and all the marketing spiel from OpenAI. But often on Tech Today, we have spoken to experts. who have essentially revealed to us that if you were to plant that misinformation and it was to pick that up, and if the checks and balances weren't in place, it could be a concern. Also, in the past, Google had to shut down, some of its early efforts in AI because there were calls and remarks that it was becoming sentient, the AI. Now, that is a concern as well, right? Where does the ethics come in? Where does the privacy and security concerns come in? These are genuine questions we need to ask, but take everything with a pinch of salt. It's great marketing by OpenAI, which is also supported by Microsoft. But for now, let's learn what this AI is all about and give it genuine feedback, because it's only going to get better if we are responsible with the use of AI like GPT-4.
To come back to the jobs debate, I believe that you can't completely erase out the human factor, and I hope that I'm right as well. Ayush, thanks very much for joining us. Ayush mentioned and listed out a number of concerns over ChatGPT. Let's sum that up for you. Perhaps what first came to your mind when we spoke about the features of ChatGPT-4 is about how it can be misused. And misuse in education is a serious concern, that students can use it for plagiarism, for cheating, and also, of course, going ahead and ensuring that they can cheat through their exams, through some of their papers. There's limited knowledge also as far as accuracy is concerned. There's limited knowledge of world events post-2021. You type in some of the questions of events post-2021 and you'll see some of the loopholes there. Cybersecurity, that's another very important aspect, because this can be used now to generate malicious code as well, because as we told you, ChatGPT-4 can actually write out code for you. Hallucinations, what does that mean? Well, it can sound confident yet be completely wrong. And obviously, the more and more you start trusting the system, you're not going to be double checking either. Now, it can also allow efficient distribution of propaganda via misinformation. This is something that you always face online. What stops it from happening now via AI is also a big question. Let's elaborate on these concerns in our next report.
OpenAI's ChatGPT has taken the world by storm, raising concerns on whether artificial intelligence may be on track to replace humans. But while the chatbot has shown it can hold a conversation, answer questions or examinations, and even write coherent code, ChatGPT has also been plagued with concerns. The biggest fear pertains to education. Relying too heavily on the tool could lead to a lack of critical thinking skills or pave way for plagiarism and cheating. OpenAI has admitted the chatbot has limited knowledge of world events after 2021 and might file replies with incorrect data. The chatbot could also be used to generate malicious code, which means hackers could create malware, potentially leading to many more attacks and breaches. Artificial intelligence content can sound extremely confident and authoritative and yet be completely wrong, a term scientists label as hallucination. It could also help governments, companies, and other organizations spread misinformation and distribute propaganda much more efficiently. There are no doubts that artificial intelligence tools can revolutionize technology as we know it, but there is also no denying that there is a dark side. Bureau Report, India Today.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions about artificial intelligence, the future of AI, and we've got the most authoritative voices on the subject. Brad Smith, president of Microsoft, and Ren Ito, the COO of Stability AI, will be joining us at the India Today conclave. So don't forget to tune in on March 17th and 18th as we take this conversation forward on the future of artificial intelligence and what it means for you and me.
Prime Minister Modi's always had a special equation with the India Today conclave. Some of the most memorable interactions, interviews, speeches have been made at the stage of the conclave.
As we mark 20 years of the India Today conclave, we're very fittingly celebrating it as the India moment.
The biggest thought platform in the country and the country's biggest political superstar coming together. Looking forward to hearing Prime Minister Narendra Modi talk about India's
G20 presidency.
I'm really intrigued to know what he's going to be wearing, because if there are lessons to be taken on how to power dress in an Indian attire, it comes from Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
It's also a time for my state elections in Karnataka. Looking forward to his vision for the state.
What Prime Minister's plans are to ensure that India remains on top of the world global order.
Hoping to hear from him on what is his vision or the blueprint of New India.
Welcome, Prime Minister.
வணக்கம் பிரதமர் திரு நரேந்திர மோடி அவர்களுக்கு.
Narendra Modi ji, ಆಸೆಯಿಂದ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
Very warm welcome to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi
On Saturday, the 18th of March, as the finale speaker of this year's conclave.
You are watching India Today.
हाँ सुनीता बोलो।
दरवाजे के बाहर खड़ी हूँ मैडम।
एक सेकंड। सेंड।
खुल गया मैडम।
Open doors from anywhere. The remote from Hefala Digital Locks comes with offline technology. Welcome to the future. Hefala, let's reimagine.
Do you think all this will fit in?
Sorted for the week.
Get long-lasting freshness and a lot more intelligence with built-in refrigerators from Hefala. Welcome to the future. Hefala, let's reimagine.
India Today Conclave 2023, March 17th and 18th, New Delhi. Listen to Dhananjay Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India. The India Moment.
एनुअल क्वार्टरली हाफ ईयरली वीकली ऐसा मेंटेनेंस शेड्यूल होता है, तो उसके हिसाब से हमको मेंटेनेंस करना पड़ता है कि आगे जाके जो कुछ भी मतलब प्रॉब्लम आने वाली है वो प्रॉब्लम ना आए करके, मतलब कुछ चीज़ें टूट रही है तो टूटने से पहले हम उसका मेंटेनेंस करना हमारा काम होता है।
नहीं, ऐसा हमें तो अच्छा लगता है सर यहाँ कि हम लड़कों के साथ यहाँ पे काम करते हैं, और हमारे फैमिली वाले उनको भी अच्छा लगता है कि यहाँ मुंबई मेट्रो में हमारे लड़की मतलब लड़कों के साथ मिलके काम कर रहे हैं।
अभी तो बहुत सारे लड़कियां हैं, मतलब 30% तो लड़कियां होंगी सर यहाँ पे, तो अच्छा महसूस होता है कि यहाँ पे लड़कों के हिसाब में लड़कियां भी है और ये मेंटेनेंस में काम भी करती है, तो अभी मेंटेनेंस डिपार्टमेंट में लड़कियां काम कर रही है।
Mumbai Metro and Maharashtra's incredible Mahila. These women maintenance staffers engrossed in power traction department are breaking another glass ceiling. Maha Mumbai Metro Rail Operation Corporation has started women-run stations and also empowered women as train operators, technicians and in administration. Jobs that were earlier considered a taboo.
हमारी मेट्रो के लिए हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूज़ करते हैं, तो हमें ब्रेकडाउन हमारा बीच में ना हो, कभी पैसेंजर को तो कभी मतलब प्रॉब्लम ना हो, इसके लिए हम मेंटेनेंस करते रहते हैं ताकि ब्रेकडाउन होने से पहले ही हमें फॉल्ट रेक्टिफाई कर सके और नॉर्मल सब कुछ हो जाए।
यहाँ पे आने के बाद हमें ट्रेनिंग वगैरह मिला है जो हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा है। हम करते हैं, हमें ऐसा लगता है, प्राउड फील करते हैं सर कि हम लैडर पे भी चढ़ सकते हैं, हम CMV पे भी काम कर सकते हैं।
Sitting inside the engine, Adishri pulls the lever and the operator shunter gears the train ahead for a smooth commuter travel.
हाँ, यहाँ पे काफ़ी विमेन हैं, तो सभी इक्वली परफॉर्म करते हैं एज मेल, तो इट्स अ वेरी नाइस एंड गुड जॉब दैट आई थिंक इट इज़। मेल और फीमेल ऑल इक्वली जॉब करते हैं, हम तीनों शिफ्ट में जॉब करते हैं, मॉर्निंग इवनिंग नाइट, मेल फीमेल बोथ, सो ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है।
Women workforce here constitute 20% and are responsible for efficiency and maintenance of trains. As metro rail crisscrosses tracks across Mumbai, these women have broken down another gender barrier. With Dev Kotak, Bureau Report India Today.
India Today Conclave 2023, March 17th and 18th, New Delhi. Listen to Dhananjay Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India. The India Moment. India Today Conclave 2023, March 17th and 18th, New Delhi. Listen to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the man behind the India Moment, the unmissable 20th edition of India Today Conclave 2023. Presenting sponsor RP Sanjeev Goenka Group.
The polarization Nataka continues. With the vitiated political atmosphere, communal tension erupted in Karnataka's Haveri district. A rally by Hindu activists took a violent turn after stones were pelted at a local mosque. Muslim locals alleged that their homes too were targeted while a rally to install a statue of renowned Kannada warrior Sangoli Rayanna statue was passing by.
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಒಂದ ಊರಾಗ ಬದುಕದ ಅವ್ರಾಗ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಈಗ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಾಗ ಈಗ 2 ಸತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಅವ್ರು ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಮರ್ಯಾದಿರ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಣಿ ಐತಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಟೋ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಚಿನ ಮ್ಯಾಲಿಂದ ಕಲ್ ಒಗ್ದಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಂಟಕ್ ಬಿದ್ದಿತ್ರಿ ನಾನು ನಡ್ಯಾಕ ಆಗತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಆಕಿಗೆ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿತ್ತಿ ಆಕಿ ಮ್ಯಾಲೆ ಬಟ್ಟಿ ಒಣಗಾಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾಳ ಆಕಿಗೆ ತಲಿಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿತ್ತು ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕೇನ್ರಿ ಈಗ
Cops immediately cracked the whip with an FIR being registered against the miscreants. They have assured that there is no communal tension in the area now.
ಬೈಕ್ ರ್ಯಾಲಿಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ತಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಮಾರ್ಗನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅರಂಜಾ ಮಸೀದಿ ಹತ್ರ ತೂರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 8-10 ಮನೆಗಳು ಜಖಂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು 2 ವಾಹನಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಜಖಂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಹತೋಟಿಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡರು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 15 ಹುಡುಗರನ್ನು ವಿಚಾರಣೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಸ್ಟಡಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಜರುಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸದ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಟ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಶಾಂತಿ.
This is the second such incident in Haveri. Just about 5 days ago, pelting was reported when these activists had led a rally with the same statue. Meanwhile, BJP MLA BC Patil appealed for peace, but also reiterated that there was no political conspiracy behind the violence.
ನನಗೆ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಕೇಳಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ.
ಅವ್ರೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ BC ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತವರು ಆರೋಪ
ಅಂತ ಕೀಳು ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ BC ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಎಂದೂ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಶಾಂತ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿನಂತಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಈಗ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
The people of Karnataka are now paying the price for the non-stop polarization politics by netas in the run-up to the elections in the state. Bureau Report, India Today.
Dark Edition by Tata Motors.
Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. It's been 4 days where the Parliament is concerned, an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation between BJP MLAs and the opposition. The BJP MLAs inside and outside Parliament firm that Rahul Gandhi issue an apology. Rahul Gandhi today came to the Parliament only to hold a press conference later on, in which he seemed to have thrown a challenge of democracy to the government. Well, like I pointed out, no end to the uproar over Rahul Gandhi's foreign interference remarks in the United Kingdom. The Parliament logjam continued for the fourth straight day in midst of BJP's repeated demands for Rahul to issue an apology. Rahul Gandhi has now addressed this issue outside the Parliament, holding a press conference, launching a virulent attack on the Modi government. Rahul alleged that the government is changing rules to provide benefits to Adani, and only that Rahul once again claimed that he was not allowed to speak in Parliament, which shows that Indian democracy is not functioning properly. Reiterating the demand of seeking an apology from Rahul Gandhi, the BJP slammed the Congress MP in accusing Rahul of insulting the country on foreign soil. Not just that, Rahul Gandhi, before he finished his press conference, seemed to have thrown a challenge or of democracy in what seemed like to the government, saying, we will see if I will be able to speak in Parliament tomorrow, because I will respond to all the charges. Two cabinet ministers have stood up in Parliament and have asked me to apologize, and I will answer in Parliament. I hope I'm allowed to speak. That would be the true test of democracy, throwing a challenge to the government. Listen in to all reactions. We'll cut into breaking news coming up next. Right, we'll play those reactions in just a short while. Meanwhile, the latest news break coming in. The Delhi police sources have confirmed to India today that the Delhi police has issued a notice to Rahul Gandhi to give details about those victims who approached him regarding their sexual harassment. The police took cognizance of the social media posts and have sent a list of questionnaire. He gave a statement in Srinagar. All right, viewers, this is regarding the statement that Rahul Gandhi made in Srinagar during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, in which he said, I have heard that women are still being sexually assaulted. Police have asked him to give details of these victims so the security can be provided to them. In what context did Rahul Gandhi say this? In what context was it picked up? You're going to try and get a better understanding. We're going to cut across to our reporters. Arvind Ojha joins me for more. Arvind, ये exactly Rahul Gandhi ने जो ये कहा था, किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में कहा था, किन महिलाओं की बात कर रहे थे, कब कहा था, और ये दिल्ली पुलिस ने कॉग्निजेंस कैसे उठाया है?
देखिए, ये श्रीनगर में जो हमारे सोर्सेज हैं दिल्ली पुलिस के, उन्होंने इंडिया टुडे को ये बताया है कि श्रीनगर में राहुल गांधी ने एक बयान दिया था महिलाओं से जुड़ा सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट का, जिसके बाद दिल्ली पुलिस ने बाकायदा जो राहुल गांधी है उनको नोटिस भेजा है और साथ ही साथ कुछ सवालों की लिस्ट भेजी है और ये बोला है कि आप इसके जवाब दें ताकि जो भी महिलाएं थी जिन्होंने आपको शिकायत दी थी उन शिकायत पर एक्शन लिया जा सके। तो दिल्ली पुलिस के सोर्सेज ने इंडिया टुडे को कंफर्म किया है कि राहुल गांधी को नोटिस भेजा गया। साथ ही साथ दिल्ली पुलिस सोर्सेज ने कहा है कि सोशल मीडिया के जरिए जो राहुल गांधी का बयान था उस पर सुओ मोटो लेकर दिल्ली पुलिस ने ये लीगल एक्शन लेना शुरू किया और इसी के तहत राहुल गांधी को नोटिस भेजकर सवालों के जवाब मांगे गए।
अरविंद, जरा फिर से बताइए ये कौन से कॉन्टेक्स्ट में उठाया गया है और जो चीज राहुल गांधी ने श्रीनगर में बोली थी वो दिल्ली पुलिस ने क्यों उठाया है, वो क्या कह रहे हैं?
देखिए, दिल्ली पुलिस के टॉप सोर्सेज ने अभी सिर्फ ये जानकारी दी है कि जो मामला है उसको सुमोटो लिया गया है और राहुल गांधी को सम्मन जारी किया गया है जिसमें ये पूछा, उनसे सवालों के लिस्ट भी दिए गए हैं नोटिस देकर कि आप इन सवालों के जवाब दें कि आपने किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में कहा था, वो महिलाएं कौन है जिन्होंने आपसे सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट की शिकायत की है। श्रीनगर में ये बयान दिया था उन्होंने भारत जोड़ो यात्रा के दौरान।
ये क्या राहुल गांधी ने किसी स्टेट से जोड़कर बयान दिया था, श्रीनगर की महिलाओं के लिए बयान दिया था, या ये सभी के लिए जो महिलाएं हैं भारत में उनके लिए बयान दिया था?
देखिए, यही दिल्ली पुलिस समझना चाहती है और शायद यही वजह है कि जब दिल्ली पुलिस ने सुमोटो